Hey y'all, it's Lippy. Happy Saturday. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. It's sunny but crisp outside. I'm not going to be outside. But some of you may run across this video. We had a live last night. Many questions was asked about a Mardigras cake. I didn't give the definition because I really wasn't sure of certain words that I would use to describe the understanding to a Mardigras cake and what it means to my family. After a little research, I'll be able to break it down. You'll understand it, and I won't get one of those little strikes. Because some words I use that I don't know if they would be appropriate, okay? But I said I was going to do this recipe this coming week. No, today is the day that we make Mardigras cake. But I also said I cheat and I use bread dough. You can get it in a loaf. Comes in 3 to a loaf. They had none this morning. They didn't even have the bread dough balls. So I said, self, as I'm standing there, I don't want to drive all over a city. We were at a smaller grocery store and a light bulb went off. I'm going to take this bread, thaw it, rise it, roll it and really break it down so I can smear my cinnamon, my cream cheese, filling, which is what I said I was going to do. The light bulb moment was Grand Biscuit cinnamon rolls. I was like, why not? That's exactly what I was going to do with the bread dough. So, you're going to see me try this instead of the bread dough. Something tells me this just shortened it. Much cheaper, way less time. And I imagine it's going to be delicious. Because I've already prepped a few things. But I'll drop the camera to show you. But y'all want to know what these colors represent. Now these bottles are old. Gold sprinkles is hard to find. So I've always just used yellow. And these are the 3 that I keep for my Mardigras cakes. So I'm going to give you the definition. Green. Do I have enough green in here? If not, I got a couple of bottles. Yeah, I do. Green is faith. Because we're going to add all of these colors to our cake. Green is faith. Gold, which we're using yellow, is for power. And your purple is for justice. Now think about that. Faith, power, and justice. We're going to dive in more. So as I'm rolling this out, I'm going to give you a little back history of the king cake itself. So I'm going to drop the camera, preheat your oven to 350 because that's what this can says and that's what we're going to go by. And I'm going to show you what I prepped about an hour ago. Okay, you're going to see some saran wrap on my counter. That's because I want it to catch as many sprinkles as it can. Less mess. But to this glass bowl, all I did was take a 8-ounce block of cream cheese. I allowed it to soften on the counter a couple of hours. Then I took my whisk attachment and I whisked until it became frothy. Then I added a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/4 cup of confectionery sugar, powdered sugar. So it was a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, blended it very well because we need it very spreadable. So we're going to get this out of the way. Look at that, guys. We're going to open these 2 cans of cinnamon rolls. Okay, we got both cans open. Take your icing, set it to the side. We're going to reserve that. Now, this is where I was comparing it to the bread dough. Because I was like, I'm going to put a lot of cinnamon and sugar. So I'm going to actually separate these and see if I can get some decent strips because the bread, I would have actually rolled it and cut strips out. but we're going to use these and hopefully get some strips because they do unwind. Okay, we're going to see how well they do on this saran wrap. Now, I did lightly spray it. So in my mind, they're going to unroll, and they did. Perfect. So I'm going to do this one. Normally I do 4 rolls, or I take a piece of the bread and I cut 4 strips. But we're going to see how this works. Guys, this, if it turns out, I probably won't ever buy bread dough again. But I'm afraid that this saran wrap is not going to work. Now I'm going to bring these together, okay? And I am going to start twisting, just like if I was making it with my bread. Perfect. Oh, y'all, it's twisting gorgeous. Okay, let's keep twisting. So no matter where you're located at, you guys can celebrate Mardi Gras with us. Okay, that rolled pretty doggone good, if I say so myself. I'm just going to set that over to the side. We're going to do another one. This one's a little bit harder to work with. No, I'm telling you, this saran wrap is where I've been better off just putting it on my counter and dealing with the sprinkles. But I can get it to go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? I'm lining these up. Just like that. Let me get my hands washed. All right, I hope the camera's picking up because I'm going to stretch these out a little bit more and twist them. Okay, now that we've got all 3 rolls together, we're going to take this center one and kind of mash it just a little bit to make a well. Now, I won't use all this cream cheese because I'll make some individual ones because I did buy an extra can, and I'll make some little bitty individual cakes to send to my grandkids, okay? So I've just took that bottom one and mashed it. Look how fluffy. And I'm just gonna put a small smear straight down the middle. Now, if you were using the bread dough and you rolled it out, you would put your cinnamon, your sugar, your cream cheese, and then roll it up just like you would do a cinnamon roll, but then you would take that roll and you would twist it. That is the look of a Mardi Gras cake, and that's all it is. But like I said, we're basically inventing something else that I think is going to be delicious. Oh yeah, with all that cinnamon. But I'm making a traditional one. But yeah, I can see where I could do this and make individual ones. Perfect. Okay. Now, move that out of the way. And I am going to attempt to roll this. Now, I didn't say it wasn't messy, guys, okay? Because it's messy. And I'm not worried about the cream cheese coming out because you'll see that in some of the king cakes, depending on what they're using. Okay? Like that one's pretty thick at the end, and that's fine because as that dough rises. Now, I've just got a piece of parchment paper here that I actually greased. Of course, working with this, you see. And I am going to, let me roll this a little bit more because I like the roll look. I am going to put this just like that. Now, you could omit the cream cheese, just the cinnamon. You can put you some jam, but our favorite is the cream cheese. And there you have it. All right, now don't go by the directions. I'm thinking this is going to take 25 minutes, 30 minutes because it's so thick. In the oven, 350. Would you look at that? 23 minutes. That is perfect. Now we're going to have to let it cool before we icing and sprinkle. But guys, this is the exact look of a king cake. Look at them rolls. Look at that cream cheese oozing out. I want y'all to look at this up close. This turned out absolutely amazing. Okay, I let it rest about 10 minutes. Now, you don't want to overlayer with icing. So if you made your own icing, you don't want to overlayer. You just want enough that, because it's a sweet cake now, guys. Just enough to act as a glue. Now we're going in with some faith, some power. And like I said, if it was gold, it would really shine. But the yellow does work. Because like I said, it's hard for me to find the gold over the years. We're going to go in with justice. And we're going to do this all the way around this cake. And here is my Mardigras cake. And like I said, you can see the yellow does show. But if you had gold, it really would. But I'm just going to hold it still. Isn't that gorgeous? Now in the center of the cake, if I was doing this, say for a party or a dinner, a get-together, I wouldn't leave the center like this. I would actually, I have a little glass serving dish. I set that in there, and then I'll put like some Mardigras beads, a couple of balls, just something to dress it up. And then, you know, you cut around it anyway. But for the sake of video, there you go. And guys, no more bread dough for Lippy. Now, of course, we're fixing to taste it. This is perfect. The smell is there. I mean, yeah, it's out of a can of cinnamon rolls, 2 cans. Hands down, if it tastes as good as I think it's going to, yeah. But like I said, you can make your own cinnamon rolls, cinnamon bread. But here it is. Cheating at its finest. It's taste test. The bottom cooked. It's still warm though, y'all. It's not hot by no means. But here goes. Is it identical to your scratch? No. If somebody didn't know the difference, as I do, this is a winner. Wow. Delicious. I'm sure y'all hear my chickens. But I'm going to enjoy my Lay's until February the 21st at midnight. And then I will reintroduce my pleasure on Easter Sunday. And that is my definition of Mardi Gras. So, as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Make you a Mardi Gras cake. It's delicious.